Hey guys, I wanted to talk to you today about standing for what you believe. When the enemy uses people to insult you, to lay verbal insult on you, I often didn't do anything about it. I never defended myself, and and they're always trying to manipulate every situation where they're trying to make me feel a sense of shame, guilt, and they make you feel like you are wrong, and then they wanted to control your behavior. It's clearly. And today I just said to myself, you know what? I've been taking this shit from them for over 9 years, and I never defended myself. I defended myself first at the beginning in Aaron Woods when the shit started to hit the fan. Excuse my French. But then I often after that I said, keep your nose clean and do not start something. Well, which is I'm not the person who started something. I'm being provoked intentionally. They're being provoked. They play mind games with me in order to control me. And they want me to act a certain way. Well, I'm not a puppet for no one. I am a free-spirited person. I am a free-spirited person, and control your children. Control your children and your puppets and puppeteers. They're the one who need to be controlled because they're the one who are obedient to your demands. And I'm just refusing. I'm refusing to be obedient. I be obedient to the Creator of all things, the source of all creation. And I will never be obedient to another human being. You know, it's two different hierarchy. You know, and I'm fighting for what I believe. And they think I'm wrong to fight for what I believe. And it doesn't matter if a winning war or losing war. It's not about winning or losing. It's about staying firm and standing for what you believe. And you know, look at Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela fought for a lot of years for the freedom, for his freedom. He very resilient person. He stayed on, in his position, and the world respected him in the end. And I was not intended for me to do this because of Nelson Mandela. I was intended to exercise my rights, God-given rights that is given to everyone, but it's taken away from me, right? Which is okay. To each his own. I'm going to be attacked. I'm going to be violated. I've gone through a lot of things. I've gone through rape. I've gone through spiritual attacks. I've gone through trauma. I've gone through humiliation tactics. I've gone through psychological warfare. I've gone through grief and correlated tactical attack and killing of my mother, killing him, attacking my family. Inhumane treatment and degrading behaviors, and radio wave attacks, radiation attacks, sickness and diseases, everything that they said was illegal to do, they would have done it to me. Because this program is not really controlled, is not really, anybody could do anything to anyone if you piss the wrong person. Because a person who has money, who could order attacks on yourself, and you would not find a single person who would believe you. But it's not about who to believe me or who I want to believe me. All is about me speaking my mind and expressing and exercising my freedoms that God given me. You know what I'm saying? And obviously everything comes at a cost. And I'm willing. At this point, I have nothing to lose, you know? I've lost the the most valuable thing in my life, my mother, who could never be replaced. I've lost respect for myself. And I've gone through a cycle of self-harm. And I've gone through I have gone through a lot of pain and agony. And I've gone through a loss of self, and I've not respected myself for a long time because it's easier. Because this is how the way I look at it, this is how I was being treated. I am being disrespected. So I am doing it to myself, and I do not care. They told me they didn't care, and I don't care either. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to be puppet to the system. You know, I keep saying it over and over again. And someone is going to listen. Someone is going to listen to the illegal human experimentation done on targeted individuals without their consent. And these people working behind the veil, using the neighborhood community watch to spy on you, to violate you in many various ways, to watch you 24/7, and to tap into your computer and your telephone, to use your GPS tracker in your cell phone, to come into your house, even going through your laundry, going through your underwear, drawer. If you think of it, they've done it. Then nothing off limit. There is no respect for you. There is no respect for you. There is no regard of your mental state. They do not care about you. And they hate you to the extreme. Like I have never really met someone who would hate somebody who they don't know. These people, they don't know me in a personal level. They pick fight with me because I'm refusing to be obedient. That's all. This is the bottom line. And meanwhile, everybody in the world living freely to exercise all their God-given freedoms without being spied on, without being followed around, without using the community watch in community housing, and without manipulating people. Like today was a deciding factor when this Kali, his name is Kali, whatever his name is, that's not his real name. I know he says that he does his real name, which is BS. You know a habitual liar when you listen to one. I've listened to habitual liars for my entire life. In social work, I deal with habitual liars all the time. And Kali is the biggest liar. And deception is Grant. and he's running deception tactics on YouTube. So he insulted me verbally today and calling me like, oh, you're going after these white people, disgusting white people. And he told me, you're doing all those things when you're not supposed to be doing. It's none of your business, Kali. And for you to verbally insult me behind the veil, why don't you come in my house? You come to meet me in person, and run your mouth. I will deck you. I will. You know what I'll do to you. You'll see what I'll do to you. Come and insult me in person. Call me these names you call me today, and you see what happens. I'll flip you over the couch. You are a lot of barking, and you can't do anything. You cannot do anything but except sit there. You're pretending trying to teach people when you're creating division and segregation between humanity. Who give you the right to say black people are the divine beings and everybody else have no right to exist? Who are you to cancel somebody out or terminate somebody that God created? Humanity, they're all one race. And yes, we do have genetic defects. Nobody's perfect. And with all our flaws, Kali, you have no right to point finger against other, human race, white, black, Chinese, Indian, and stuff like that, and very demeaning way. And when they get floodings, you laugh at them. You laugh at their misery and their loss. There are, destruction. Shame on you. You know what I mean? For you to go online and laugh on people who get floods, who get tornadoes, who loses their houses, who get flooded in, who loses everything. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, you come and you say, black race is superior. God created a lot of people. The Anunnaki bloodline created a lot of superior beings. And you are not, the icing on the cake. For you to condemn someone because of the skin color or genetic makeup is wrong. And I'm just sick and tired of you. Kali, Amun Ra, whatever your name is, a made-up combination name. And your mother, apparently, she picked Kali as your name. Could you believe, listen to a complete bollocks nonsense? Even your lie is not well laid out. When you lie, you're trying to get people to believe in your lie without coming across your lying. You gotta perfect your craft in lying. And I'm just sick of you to attack other human beings and condemn them for their genetic makeup. Okay? So if, blacks are the divine beings, God created other beings as well. And God created also beings that you have not seen on earth. You never encountered in. So should we cancel these people out? Should we kill them as well? You know what I mean? Should we laugh at their misfortune? There's something wrong about your teaching. Even I, with my current mental state, with the attacks and everything that have happened to me up to this point, I don't think that. You are equal regardless what you think. You did not create these people. You have no right to point finger and laugh at them. You have a superior bloodline. Says who? You know what I'm saying? There's no a solid proof of evidence that you can provide saying that your DNA is the caviar of all races. All I hear is division, segregation, and humiliation, and I am better than this person, and I am better than that. Nobody's better than anyone. You're not God. You know what I'm saying? God is the supreme, the creator of all things. So stop, shooting down his creation and make decision on their livelihood, who lives or who dies. You know what I'm saying? I unsubbed your stupid channel tonight because I was sick of you when you verbally assaulted me, insulted me today, calling me names. You hanging out with doing all these white people things. What's wrong with white people things? What's wrong with Asian people things? What's wrong with Chinese? What's wrong with Indians? What's wrong with Italian? We all human race. You know what I'm saying? You need to study, the creation of the rainbow. Human beings are creation of the rainbow. We all stem from the rainbow of the Creator. We all come in different colors. We all one bloodline. You know what I mean? Even though you think in the surface we look different, but in our genetic makeup, we are the same. Even though someone like you at this point in this time who think he's superior, who died and make you the king? No one. They just take a seat, and I'm glad I deleted you and I unsubbed your profile today because I was sick of you listening to you condemning people, putting people down, superiority complex issues that you have. You know what I'm saying? And humble yourself. As I said before, maybe God will allow you to sit in a divine table of an upper heaven. I know you don't believe in God. You don't believe in anything. You don't believe in... You said we were self-created, but then you follow like Indian gods. You follow, and then you read things from the Bible to prove your points. Hypocrisy. Why are you using things from the Bible to prove your point? You don't believe it. So why should we believe something you are dishing out to make a statement? You know what I'm saying? And today was my awakening moment. And should anybody approach me moving forward who will blurt a demeaning, humiliating, or a jab below the belt, I'll do the same thing. I'll call you names, whatever name comes out to my head that I'm going to call you. Okay? Because enough is enough. I'm dealing with your BS since 2014. 2014, I'm dealing with these issues. The legal, illegal, human experimentation issues. The spying issues, the stalking issues. There's a lot you people have done is illegal in Canada. And you got away with it for the longest time. But don't worry, your dirty laundry is going to be aired. And God is very patient. Do not worry what I do in the faith of God. What between me and God is between me and God. God doesn't need a middleman to speak to God. I speak to God all the time. He knows I'm not perfect. I'm striving to be perfect. No, I'm not striving to be perfect. Nobody's perfect. Perfection is to God. Because if I was perfect, I'll be God. You understand? This is not my intention. And I do not care what you guys want. You know what I'm saying? And I fighting for what I believe. It's even though if it comes at my cost of, what I'm going through. I've gone through a lot, and I feel these people. They put you through the ringer. They put you through the ringer, and they break you, and they want to put you together with super glue. Like you put someone through all this trauma, all this chaos, all the things happened to me in my life, and then you want to fix me? No, no, no. Leave me, being broken in pieces, shattered, because you've done it. So now you have to live with it. Okay? And you should never have touched my mother. You should never have sacrificed my mother or killed my mother. This is the absolute, at most, highest sign of disrespect you've done to me. And I saw my mother, wilting away, being sick in a hospital with the disease that you gave to her. And I knew what was happening to her, and I couldn't help her. That's why I didn't want to come to Canada to see her in the hospital the way she was, on the state she was in. I didn't want to come to Canada because I know I couldn't see or bear the pain in my mother if I witnessed her in that state. And when they delivered this message to me, when they told me my mother had passed away, my life would never be the same. And I wish Canada should have never have done that. Eliminate my mother, in such a way. And she was the most sweetest person in the universe. And she does not deserve it. I want Canada to own what they've done. You know what I'm saying? You want to ask for forgiveness? Ask for forgiveness from the Creator. I'm not the Creator. I have no forgiveness to give. I've lost something of is priceless. My mother could never be replaced. And that's why I can't find it in my heart to forgive anyone. And I realized I've been watching, observing behavior and people around me and stuff. And I know a lot of people are involved in this grand deception. And I always kept these people, close to me and trying to find maybe goodness in them. So I can, maybe part of me want to forgive them, but then part of me, I just said, when you sit there in my face and you look at me in my eye and you lie to me, and like, for example, I had this friend I'm going for lunch with tomorrow morning. He sent me on WhatsApp, he sent me messages like word of wisdoms and stuff. And all the word of wisdom is very calculated and it's very when somebody tells you a message indirectly in riddles, that's what he does to me. But that's not him. Honestly, that's not him. That's not him. He's incapable of manufacturing something of great intelligence. He is just a puppet. He does what he's told. And I wish he's smart enough. You guys should have told him how smart I am. You know what I'm saying? So he knows what he's messing with. He's one view. He's trying to challenge me. When somebody's so stupid trying to challenge you with, basic knowledge of or intelligence that they think he possesses, and I'm thinking to myself, I can go around this earth like trillion times before you figure anything out. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to forgive him, and I wanted him. I wanted great things to happen for his mother because I know his mother was sick. And I worked very hard trying to find ways to heal her. But he played games with me because somebody told them to play these games with me, which is fine. Tomorrow, I'm having this lunch with him, and we're all going to go our own separate ways. And I cannot be around somebody who act, in my face, he act like my friend, and behind the scene, he's my enemy. Either him or Marcus, Brendan, Theo, whatever, the list is endless. Whoever involved in what's going on with me, I'm not going to forgive people. If you think I'm going to forgive you, hey, this is lively thing. This is like earthly things. What happened to me, the injustice that is happening to me, will come to pass. You know what I'm saying? But the karma was created in the process. It's not going away. You know what I'm saying? This karma is going to weigh you down. Your scale of bad deeds will be elevated. You know what I'm saying? And I'll ask the creator of all things to give me justice. And you think you're above God? The same God that you're trying to be ambassador. God doesn't like this. God doesn't like that. How do you know what God likes? You know what I'm saying? There's enough bloodshed in this earth. You know what I'm saying? And these people are walking freely to create more destruction, annihilation of all bloodlines. The attack on the DNA through injection, which kind of injections. Through all this injection you get since childhood, you get what I'm trying to tell you. You are ruining a perfect DNA structure or creation. It's such advanced, complex creation that nobody could create. You know what I'm saying? It was done by a creator, by the Supreme God, through, advanced mathematic calculation, through an elemental components. You know what I'm saying? That's perfection. So next time you look at yourself in a mirror, you say you have ears, you have eyes, you have mouth, and you have hair. And you need to say, thank you, God, for perfecting me, for making me the best person or the best human being as I can. Okay? Do that. Be grateful, at least. And forget about the earthly things. I want a car. I want a BMW. I want a house. I want a yacht. You want. Okay? Humans are just very shallow on the surface. Do not follow, the social media, the trends, and stuff like that. Didn't you understand you've been programmed? You've been programmed to be, what is that, Legally Blonde? They call them Legally Blonde. You're programmed to act like a stupid person, like a person who does not think on his own and make their own decisions. You know what I'm saying? Being guided through a programming of you, a puppet, who are incapable of making their own decision. That's what you are. Do not worry about me. I'm in good hands. I make my own decision all the time. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't matter, good or bad, whatever. I still make my own decision. You know, and I'm comfortable what I've done. At least I have not killed anyone. I have not physically assaulted anyone. And I have not put people in this illegal human experimentation program and plead the fifth. You're acting like you've done nothing. And the UN would say, yeah, it condemns all those countries. It condemns all these countries for experimenting on us illegally. But then, cyber torture, and genetic mutation, attacks, and basically using us as guinea pigs. What they do to these poor little guinea pigs in cages, that is done to us. When we trying to speak about it, they trying to make us sound like we're crazy. Very calculated, very smart. Using science, psychology. Using the psychology of our creation. The psychology that's something you did not create. You're using that whatever God created to manipulate us. But you have been trying to manipulate me since the day on inceptions of this planet. I was not alive then, but I am very wise and coherent to see, or read before, between the lines. You know what I'm saying? And that's the main problem. That's why I'm dealing with these people. I'm dealing with this since 2014. No matter how many times I write the UN, no matter how many times I post videos on YouTube, no matter what I do, always you manage to find ways to make people who are sane, completely sane, sound crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like Dr. John Hall, Dr. Catherine Horton, all these targeted individuals on YouTube and in the internet that you have done unjustly. You know what I'm saying? And by undermining them, by making them sound like crazy so nobody would believe us when we're telling them we are being experimented on. It doesn't matter. God knows. The creator of all things knows. And I'm very comfortable. At least I sleep better at night, even though I'll go through attacks every time. But I still have no blood in my hands. That's on you. You know what I'm saying? And enough is enough. Enough is enough. It's like mind games, manipulation, and stuff. It hasn't worked. It hasn't worked on me since 2014. You've been trying to control me. They're trying to manipulate me. They're trying to, condescending behavior toward me, making me feel like I was nothing, telling me I'm not smart enough. But then you tell me I should go to Harvard. What the fuck is wrong with you? So I'm not smart enough to post videos that paint you in a bad light, but I'm smart enough to go to Harvard, which is I'm not going. You go to Harvard, get a degree, if it can help you sift through a lot of misinformation. I'm okay. I know enough. I don't need to know anymore. I'm very content what I know. And nothing new that I'm going to learn is going to help me advance in life. You stole my intellectual property, the device that invented, and you sold it to Saudi Arabia, and you kept my money. I wrote music to many singers, and have not got paid for it. You're using books ideas that I came up with, and you did not pay me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a ghostwriter. Ghostwriters get paid. I don't get paid. You know what I'm saying? And Australia have taken a lot of great ideas. They paid for it, but this money was held as a hostage. They hold my money as a hostage and make me go in life in limbo, chasing my own tail, trying to figure out what just happened. I'm tired, I don't want to figure out what just happened. I don't care what just happened. My main goal and my main drive in the end, not to forgive. I feel like if I forgive, is have done my mother injustice. My mother laying in a grave in Canada, when she was murdered. And I forgive these people. I feel like I spit it on my mom's grave, and I just can't do it. I can't find it in my heart to do it. I just can't. I don't think it's gonna happen. It would never happen. It would never happen. You know what I'm saying? If Moses walked in water, if Jesus come up to me, tell me to forgive, it's not gonna happen. Never. Can you bring my mom back from the dead? No, you can't bring my mom from the dead. And we have nothing to talk about. Unless you can bring the impossible, bring my mom. I want my mom to walk into this house now and to talk to me. Then we'll talk. Otherwise, F off.